We're going this way, that way, forwards, backwards, up and down, over the deep blue sea. We're going this way, that way, forwards, backwards, up and down, over the deep blue sea. New Supra, baby! Vroom vroom! New Nissan, baby! Vroom vroom! Mazda, my bad. Let's go. Alright, so we are going to be doing our first Japanese front-to-front challenge for 50. So it's got to be a road car from Japan and have front-to-front. So we are going to do our highest performance point car. I like this little Civic, though. This is a fun Civic. Yeah, let's show you guys this Civic. It's a good one. Yeah, let's go. Got one big good turn. Ready? Let's go. We're going this way, that way, forwards, backwards. Up and down, over the deep blue sea. I need to hit my apex, 'cause I missed it. Let's try harder, Chris. Hey, cut in front of me, boy. Oh, booga. There we go. Get around that turn, Let's go. Let's slow it down a little bit. Cruising on through these little curves here. It's a fun track. And we're gonna go around the turn and hit our apex and push it out to the end. Don't need to go into the pits. Man, that's a nice view of them rocks. Some lovely big rocks. I've got some of those in my backyard. We got 4 of them, actually. That was very slow. Super slow. Yeah, super slow. Oh, too much. I thought I could slide through that, and I was wrong. These I can slide through. Or I just try a little bit too hard to slide through that one, you know what I mean? Oh boy, same with that one. Well, at least it's a fast car. That was a horrible turn. So we got these 2 turns here that are just awful that I need to be better on. I'm not going to get a clean race because of those 2, so that's very disappointing there. Still too slow. Still a bit too slow. There we go, that's a little better there. Whoa, can't. So with all that extra speed, I really needed to. Oh boy! Let off a little. Oh no! So with all that extra speed, I really needed to let off there. I really lost control down that last part there. Clearly still not in control. Well, I think we can do better. Don't you? Think we can do better? Yeah? Okay, let's try again. I want to get a clean race bonus on this one. Yeah, that's great. I want to retry, though. Retry. There we go. Same car. Same track. Let's do it again. I can do better. Goodbye, Prius. Hello, Integra. Hello, other Civic. And other Civic. You like to jump out, don't you? So about 75 through that turn. Sorry. Guess I could have gone the other way around you. Alright, there we go. Well, that's a much better lap one. I think I had a good lap one last time though too, didn't I? Let's get up to this lap two. Let's have a really good lap two. How about that? Let's try to do a 59-second lap two. Let's get some freaking time in this biatch. Break it to 100. Still too slow. Next time we'll try to break it to 75 instead. If I remember. Which I might not. And that's okay. Get down to the 75 here. I could probably hit that at 80. There we go. That's a good through there. It's a good speed for that, about 50. Break it down to 45 to 50. I think I can get a 59, baby. Come on, let's do a 59. Brake late to the 75. Remember, brake late to the 75 now. Okay, better. Good timing there, I'll take that. Now we gotta keep it smart. Do the same thing. Hold it hard. There it is. Yeah, I could probably take that at 90. Come on, hold it at 90. Oh. I don't know. Come on. Yeah! Woo! 59 seconds, baby! Got it. 59.5, basically. Got a 59.4. 59.4! Did I get that clean race bonus? I know I did. I did. Woo! So, to sum it up, we had a better race. Better 3 laps. A really good 3 laps. That last turn, though. That last turn almost got me, buddy. That last turn's a doozy. It's a doozy. Oh. No. So zooming past. Look at that. We have a great run through here. What? Just change your diaper, buddy. Let me change diaper. Yeah. Ouch. Good. Good. Yeah, that last turn was pretty bad. I think I could have got a 58. I think a good racer could probably get a 55. That sucked. If I sat here for an hour, I could get a 55. Hey, Everett. No. Hey, Jace. I say Benjamin. All right. Yeah, just hang on here for a minute. If it's done, I'll bring it up. If not, I'll just keep it going.
Hi. Okay. Wanda. 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 Ooh.
Hi there. It's currently 12:17 p.m. with a current temperature of 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Today's low is 20 degrees and the high is 62 degrees. Looks like it'll be a cloudy day. And now, here are today's top headlines provided by Google. National Guard soldier Sarah Beckstrom has died after Washington, D.C. shooting. Trump the Guardian. Trump uses National Guard shooting to cast suspicion on refugees and crimes. Zelensky's top aide. Lead negotiator resigns amid corruption probe the Washington Post.
Let's talk about the latest
Dramatic
news.
voter split that could spell trouble for 2,000
Oh, it's my phone.
Republicans Politico. More than 220 judges have
Yeah,
now
why?
rejected the Trump admin's
That's pretty good.
Alright, come here, buddy. Come help me. Let's knock this shit out. Turn everything right side out and hang it up or fold it and put it away. We still got one more load down there. It's still drying though. It's wet. Still damp. Warm. So silly. Dude, these clothes were so hot. I was like digging through the pockets trying to. My hands were burning. It was like, ow. Yeah. Thank you. Grab some hangers, please. Yes.
wrestling podcast, you need to be listening to Happy Thanksgiving, I think. Are we doing this on Thursday? Yeah, this is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You know where all the coat hangers are, right?
Later on tonight, that's going to be so delicious.
Yeah, it's going to be outstanding. Maybe some stuffing. And
Right?
some, yams or something, too.
Yams. Yeah.
You know where all the coat hangers are? They're in that closet. Well, most of them anyway.
The joke, of course, we're filming this way in advance of Thanksgiving.
About a week in advance, yeah.
Yeah, so, at some point in a week from now, I'll be enjoying that turkey. Anyways, a couple weeks ago, we did an episode here going in Raw, one of these count-out deals, where we looked at the 10 things that kill.
Are these yours? These are yours, right?
Period. And you guys didn't be into that one. So, obviously, those at WWE. And we're like, oh, wow. But hey, what can we do to revive the boom period? Well, fret not. Because we're here.
We got the cure.
Yeah, we do.
It's in fact. Yeah.
Hold up your stuff. Hold them nicely.
We got the ingredients. You guys just got to do what we say. And we won't even ask for any money, Larson.
Well, here's the thing. If there's like a point-by-point improvement across the board addressing everything we say here, like even in order,
Yeah.
then maybe a little something.
It's nice.
Maybe they got several $billion-dollar TV deals.
Well, anyways. So yeah, we're going to tell WWE how to get back to those boom days, those salad days of WWE.
Halcyon days.
These are
18 months ago.
selfies.
Go ahead and start here with
Maybe
number
they're yours.
10.
Let me see.
10. This one's easy. This is so simple. Yeah, do something with LA Knight.
Have they been doing anything with LA Knight?
No.
At least
No, Dada.
as of filming this, I know
Ow.
Survivor Series is coming up this weekend. I kind of doubt that he made it through the whole John Cena tournament thing.
No, he might have gotten eliminated. I don't know. Is he wrestling tonight?
No, Monday.
Next Monday? Yeah, next Monday. He might be out of the tournament already.
Yeah, we had on the Friday we filmed this, Penta versus Finn and Carmelo versus Bronson.
Correct. Yeah.
So I don't know who LA Knight's wrestling at.
I'm not sure either. Nonetheless, there was all these questions. Is LA Knight being punished for holding on sign?
Yeah, the answer is yes.
He hasn't really had a whole lot of TV time, save for his one match in the Time Is Last Now Cena retirement tournament. Yeah,
tournament last is down.
No promos that aired on TV. I guess he had one during a commercial break.
Yeah.
They went over time and they cut him off.
So it's not like LA Knight currently is necessarily a featured player.
it
You got to address that because he is probably top
You heard
5
him
most
like it?
popular superstars in the
you
entirety of the
called me.
company.
You said he
He can go out there and stumble his way through a 5-minute promo. People will eat it up.
Yeah.
No worries. There's time to
His personality.
finish laundry and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. People want to see him. They want to see him get to that level. I think they'd be satisfied with a title run. A short run. The B title. Give us a short run. And then it's a B title now. Bro, it's the CM Punk title. Which I know delights you to know, given that you're number one. Bill Brooks Hayter. Did you see the video that I sent you?
Whenever you hang mom and dad's clothes, make sure when you put them away in the closet, you hang them with things that are like them. So my stuff is closest to the window. Mom's stuff is closest to the door. And it's organized. So you'll be able to tell where everything goes.
Corrections that can be made there. Who am I to judge? It's not like my jumper is wet all the time.
So anyways, LA Knight. They need to do something. Because the people want it, and
So LA Knight is one of many characters in WWE who they got to a point where there's something kind of working with them creatively, where the crowd's into what they do, and so instead of telling stories that further evolve said characters, these characters remain static. And characters who at one point were pretty interesting, like Drew McIntyre.
That's a good shirt. Lasted a while. It's fun.
And so eventually, the interest level you have in said character just isn't what it could or should be, maybe, if they continually tell interesting stories and evolve said characters. LA Knight is one of those characters.
Okay, that's actually one point I disagree with. They don't need to involve this guy at all. This guy could be one note. This guy could be L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is him for being barely on TV being world champion.
Okay, then we can.
And from a character standpoint,
Just don't hurt yourself with the cup.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Exactly.
And
Just
that's
so
the
short.
point is, wrestlers kind of settled into roles seemingly
Oh
for
my
Triple
God.
H.
Can you take your thumb out?
That's true.
You know,
Probably a
and
little
once they
settle
settle in
there.
that role, and he's content with that role, I think for him to
No.
Being dramatic.
and there's-
No.
That's what I mean by evolution. It's like,
Yeah, right.
they get stuck in a rut. The characters just get stuck in a
Well,
rut.
yeah, no, they're really stuck in a rut right now. It's not being on television. They got to put him on TV because we want to see him. You're right. You vault him from guy who's on TV to world champion, and you'll make a significant portion of your fan base pretty damn happy.
Yeah.
Everett William Cheney. Time for him to
Time
take a nap.
Nine. Show opposite
Wait, wait,
AEW. The NXT ones now. I'll
Everett.
caveat this
No, sir.
and say, personally, selfish. I love when they counter AEW simply because we've seen in the past when AEW will move their show back to an earlier time slot, allowing Steve to get his load on a Saturday night as opposed to having to crank out content on a Saturday night and then being too tired to get said load on.
Yeah. So that couch behind you and get your load on
Nah, I don't get my load on in my house.
at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't drink here in the house. I do that outside the house.
Oh, all right, that's nice and socialized.
Yeah, I like people watch. I'm just thinking, get my load on it. It's like maybe I'll let you get it.
You know, yeah, I don't disagree with the event or caveat that earlier the show is, again, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
And learning, fantastic.
That's
That's the early. That's the early, sure. But then time between
Good
10
to
and
get out,
like
mister.
4 p.m., that's not a prime window right there.
Nap time.
We're getting
Nap
five. That's dinner time. We're
time.
approaching bedtime for us because we're so old. So it's a little more difficult then. But outside of that, you know, like most of the time, when WWE would try to counter programming AEW, it was all these half-hearted, half-assed attempts. Let's just throw NXT out there to see if we can chip away at AEW's audience. Nah. All right, we'll do a Saturday night's main event where, yeah, it'll be Goldberg's retirement match, but otherwise there's nothing going on in the card. Yeah. Didn't do much. You know, so, like they did WrestlePalooza. All the AEW did was just push the show early in the day. All right, no problem. Yeah. AEW is showing the ability to be flexible in terms of, all right, let's move our show a couple hours earlier and get it in before you have an opportunity to counter program. But the whole idea with WWE would do these residencies for several shows in a couple days to kind of like just bog the whole weekend down in a bunch of wrestling. Like in July when they had the Saturday Night's Main Event Evolution. Same weekend as the AEW pay-per-view. They were just like, let's dump so much stuff on, you know, that particular weekend that if we just kind of flood the industry with a bunch of WWE content, it'll drown out the AEW content.
Yeah.
I don't think it necessarily works that way. Tony Khan just said in Era Hawani that all of WWE's counter-programming against them hadn't really done much to chip away at their audience.
And we don't even need Tony to tell us that because you could see it in real time. You know, it's when you've got, it just doesn't work the way they want it to. I think I'm assuming the way they want it to is for AEW's pay-per-view numbers to go down. But we've actually seen their pay-per-view numbers be really healthy. I mean, we have no idea what it would have been or what the expectations were. But there was that one attempt, and it was like AEW's numbers came in bigger than I think a lot of people had expected it to. And it, you know, it just honestly, when you put the two, AEW, it's one thing to try to counter maybe like their weekly TV programming because AEW's weekly television programming is largely just to serve as the pay-per-views, and it's not the most compelling stuff in the world. Even though WWE's product hasn't been the most compelling thing in the world either, and the characters, AEW actually has a really good line of characters that are pretty fun. So when you go up against the thing that AEW actually does really well, and every single time gets really positive buzz about them, and that's their pay-per-views. When you do that, if you're not going to bring your absolute A game and not your C game like they did with WrestlePalooza, then you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. And you're kind of making yourself look like assholes to at least a portion of the fan base who really pays attention to this stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe not to your more casual fan base. For that, maybe who cares? But there are so many different things that WWE has done. Like, one thing you're not going to find on here on this list is like stop doing business with Saudi Arabia. Even though that we have seen anecdotally, people say, "Oh man, I don't feel comfortable with that business relationship, so I'm not going to watch anymore." But it's kind of a ridiculous ask of WWE to do that because they make so much goddamn money. Like that, is a very, very vital business interest for them. And on top of that, as it was pointed out on the Ariel Helwani show, kind of everybody is getting in bed with the Saudis. And so, like, the Saudis could end up owning WBD. And on top of that, WBD, there's a word that it's rumored that they own a little piece of AEW. So they might have to end up getting in bed with the Saudis. But regardless, there are certain things that you could do to make you come off kind of less like assholes to a certain fan base. And one of those things is like, enough of this counter program with AEW because it kind of just doesn't even work anyways.
No, as you mentioned, from the perspective of chipping away at AEW's pay-per-view audience, it doesn't work. It just makes WWE even more look like the huge corporation trying to squash any sort of challenger brand. And then if you're not even effective at it, it makes you look like chumps.
It does, yeah.
It makes you look like chumps. It's not worth the effort at this point when the returns, I'm sure, not what WWE have been hoping. Now, in a situation where AEW announces all out, maybe another all out stateside, let's say, in a couple of years, because next year's going to be in London again.
Yeah.
WWE's like, oh, guess what? We're moving WrestleMania in July. Same weekend is all in.
Yeah.
You're just looking like a massive asshole. You're being a complete reactionary company instead of just doing your thing. Just do your thing.
Yeah. Boy, I wonder what the reaction would be like for that. Because it's like you're throwing WrestleMania, you're moving WrestleMania. That would be really bizarre. That'd actually be kind of bizarre. Because I still maintain that Palooza was, I think from WWE standpoint, it was, hey, they want to do this thing early. Let's kind of like, two birds with the same stone type situation. I don't think ESPN gave two shits about that. They just wanted to get that deal going because of their service.
Yeah.
So that was just sort of like, hey, let's go ahead and do this, and then also. But yeah, I mean, even that doesn't really seem like it was all that fruitful of a situation. So, if you're gonna do
that weekend was definitely not in WrestleMania's favor.
It really was not. And honestly, a lot of that was because of WWE. If they had put on just like a killer show, then it's like, oh wow, yeah, look at this. There's some really cool competition going on here with the shows.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh wow, Brock Lesnar, really? Okay, cool.
Another match with Brock stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Love.
Before we continue on with this episode, we got a sponsor for the show this week, so let's go ahead and talk about that.
Let's do it. This episode of Going in Raw is sponsored by Steve app. Steve, I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about actually all the time. All the time. I use my debit card. And sometimes, I just wish it would do something for me.
What? It would do something for you?
Yeah, you heard me.
I don't, okay, I'm kind of confused here. What do you have in mind?
I mean, I don't know, like discounts at some of my favorite places to shop or something like that. That would be a good start.
Like a reward or something. Well, Larson, Cash App just released a new status program for the way people actually spend called Cash App Green. It unlocks new ways for you
I'm gonna go check on the clothes.
And easily grow or manage your money on your terms. Now, when you spend at least $500 a month with a Cash App Pay, you earn green status, which unlocks benefits like up to $200 of free overdraft coverage, higher borrow limits, and custom personalized cashback offers every Friday. and places you love to shop.
All right. Turn everyday spending into status with Cash App Green. Download Cash App today or visit cash.app/new to learn more about this and other great features launching now. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 when they use code CashApp10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply.
Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Cash App Green overdraft coverage, borrow, cashback offers, and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. All right, man, let's move on to the next one. And of course, it's number 8. Return the hard brand split to your programming. We need these brand splits to be like that Berlin Wall or Sedetti. Oh, you're not getting past that. You keep the Raw on one side, SmackDown on the other side, everybody tries to cross over. Whoop it.
Well,
That was hard.
That was kind of extreme. It's more like, the brand split should be like the McDLT, where you have the container with, you keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Yeah.
And you only merge them at a very special moment. In the case of McDLT, when you're about to eat it. In the case of WB, when you do your annual cross-brand pay-per-view that people are really excited about, because that's anecdotally we see that a lot.
What would be the East Germany, West Germany analogy of that pay-per-view? I don't think there would be.
Anyways, I kind of feel like at this juncture, all right, we need to pop a number. We need to inject this particular show with some measure of energy. All right, just bring Cody over, something like that, And half of John Cena's heel run as SmackDown champion took place on Raw. I assume to fit his schedule better. Yeah. But Raw already had a hard time establishing their champion as being on par with the WWE champion, and then you bring the WWE champion in the A story onto that show. It just makes that champion look like a total chump.
Yeah, and here's the thing, you've got the marquee names available so that you could do this. I know they like to float people back and forth, left and right. You got, especially now with War Games being built, you got Punk and Cody just co-mingling because they're on the same team. Evidently, on the poster, Cody is front and center, so it's going to be Team Cody again instead of Team Punk. So he asked earlier, which one is the A title? The guy who's standing front and center, stealing the thunder from the other guy who started the damn thing. Anyway,
Is that for laundry?
Yes, sir.
beyond brand warfare, I brought back
though.
when
All right.
Raw and SmackDown
Uh-huh.
were very separate back in
All right.
JBL, and at WrestleMania, they cross-ped Triple H and JBL cross-pass. They sort of look each other up and down. It was kind of a moment where it was like, oh, damn, that's kind of cool. You don't see that every day. And yeah, put them in their own universes and make crossover a special thing, because then you can have competition between the two brands. You can even use them backstage. Hey, which writing team did the most? Oh, you didn't know? And Road Dogg is apparently right around SmackDown or something.
Yeah, but what team that brings the most, probably those people eventually is Road Dogg.
Yeah, right.
Nothing new from Blake.
So yeah, I think that the hard brand split has a lot of, and then you can have those brand specific pay-per-views that
You just put it back.
always want
What
to
have you done with that? Go finish the task I asked you to do, bro.
Usually it's kind of glorified episodes of those respective TV shows, and then we get to talk about SmackDown here more in a little bit, especially in a situation like SmackDown over the course of 2025, which, you didn't know, hasn't always been the most engaging wrestling programming on TV.
Yeah.
Imagine having to then do a 3-hour pay-per-view with those same storylines. There's potential for it to be kind of lame. Now, the upside of doing brand-specific pay-per-views is like, all right, now there's all the stories that play on that specific brand. Now we'll have an opportunity to get pay-per-view matches, which ideally is great.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the prerequisite is that the actual TV on a weekly basis is engaging and good.
Okay, well that sort of is the criteria for all. That has to be. Do we even have that on here? Do better creative.
Well, I thought that I kind of had that worded slightly differently, but I was like, That's like such a no-brainer comment that.
Yeah, right better. How's that?
Yeah,
Everything.
I think of very tangible, specific things.
Yeah, and maybe returning the brand split as like a real thing can help facilitate right better as the overall thing. I mean, honestly, that's sort of the cure-all for everything. But yeah, we're trying to get the specifics because right better is probably it's very generic. It's
just a festive thing too, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Anyways, let's move on to number 7. Keep SmackDown 2 hours. It's not too late. It's not too late.
Well,
January's not here yet.
Have they officially announced it? Because if not,
Right. Yeah, they have not officially announced it. It's not maybe by now, maybe tonight, as we're filming this, they're gonna have. It's not too late.
Your floor in your toilet still looks pretty gross, bro.
Right, apparently for about half
Just letting you know.
It's going to be 3 hours of SmackDown Friday night. As history
It's
shows,
not about him
25, 3 hours of SmackDown.
anymore, man. It's about like just being clean.
At least an hour too much.
Yeah, right.
But if you look at it, there's a shitload of hair on there, and there's still pee all over the toilet.
Yet, on Road Dogg, with Road Dogg and his team, found a way
You're good at this.
to write an interesting, intriguing, compelling 3 hours of SmackDown on a consistent basis. Not to say there wasn't good aspects to 3 hours of SmackDown. I was happy the tag division got a lot more opportunity to showcase what they could do. Fast Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Street Profits, Los Garza, a lot of teams. Every team in the SmackDown tag division put on really good matches. They were doing some fun stuff. Street Profits, I didn't mention them. Just doing really fun stuff. They got great matches, and that was cool to see. But otherwise, it was kind of more of the same on SmackDown. And I don't know. It's a disservice for SmackDown for it to be in this position constantly, where it's there to fulfill the programming needs for this network. You know what I mean? Like if there's a hole in USA schedule, they can just call it the bees like need an extra hour of SmackDown to fill that. Or we're not giving you any more money for it.
Yeah.
You need to do this with us.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like, does your show have an identity or not? Because an extra whole hour is like, that's a lot. And it's like, okay, well, that's the very DNA of your show is changing, right? Then you have a 150% show. Which automatically should not exist, you know. So, but yeah, the idea that USA can just call them up and be like, hey, can you give us 50% more? Is why it's really kind of wild.
It is.
So I mean, look, people, the tribalistic folk, we complain about 3-hour AEW blocks as well. You know, when they bring well, we're going to do an extra hour with Collision after Dynamite. Oh, that's not my Saturday Collision Cowboy. If you're short shrifting that Saturday and you're, just adding more, something more in the Dynamite. Nobody needs that.
And nobody would.
So, yeah, 2 hours is good because you got the long Raw, which is 2.5 hours, which is good for that. And then you get 2 hours SmackDown. That's fine. Or at least do this. Until you've proven that you can write such a compelling 2-hour SmackDown. I'm sitting there in front of my television, feeding more. I'm like, oh god, it's ending right now. I need more SmackDown. Then you can start adding 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
5 minutes increments.
Right, a little overrun.
Yeah.
And then, oh wow, overrun. Oh man, that's a BP 23-minute overrun. And then it's followed up by eating everything in sight, which apparently gets really good ratings. Which, like, why wouldn't it?
Yeah. That sounds awesome. I watched it. It sounds great.
I need to start DVRing that shit because I'm eating everything.
It's a great concept.
The show. Yeah, I know. It's a great concept. I really wish Braun Strowman, who was the guy that pitched that. I'd like to it for show on television. And I eat everything.
Well, he pitched that to, like, that's his character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not a competitive eater per se, but I eat everything.
Well, that's where I go back to catering. And then, like, Apollo Crews is there, and he's like, hey, I'm going to have this program. Let's go. You're going to love to eat everything. That's his catchphrase. And then maybe they're going to do that. And then then Shane showed up and he was like, "How about this?" It's that idiot.
I mean, I didn't like the idea. He thought it was a stupid idea, and therefore,
That idea was so stupid. We're gonna turn that into your gimmick.
yeah.
Number 6.
6.
Well, that's Triple H. You know, man, through it all, through the embrace of our current U.S. leader, through all the SmackDowns that just weren't all that compelling, through him not understanding how compelling it might be for Roman Reigns to be a man alone on that Unreal segment, Triple H is still my guy.
I know.
But even I've had a shot of Triple H put himself in every little thing he did.
Yeah. There was a lot of criticism for him introducing John Cena in Boston recently. About, why are you here?
I'm the most objective person there is.
Shit like that. It's like, just play Cena's music, have him come out. You don't need Triple H to introduce him. Declare him the greatest of all time, because they've been calling John Cena the greatest of all time over the course of the entirety of 2025.
Yeah.
You don't need him introducing all these pay-per-views. You don't need him introducing WrestlePalooza. You don't need him introducing WrestleMania.
Get some sleep, mister.
He's very quickly turning into
Love you,
the
Lola.
not in the way that he's in jail.
In terms of how Suge Knight referred to him.
Yes, exactly.
You don't need to produce dancing in your video. Yes,
Dancing in your video.
Yes,
Rapping in your video.
that's a good analogy there, because Triple H is like, it's a situation where when things are going good at WWE, he wants to be associated with that, but also he wants to take credit for it. But when he's faced with a hard-hitting question, he doesn't want to do that. He wants to control the narrative entirely, so no more press conferences. Let's do a post-show discussion where the crowd is quite obviously chanting, "We want Brock." He's like, "Oh, you hear them? They're saying we want Brock." Nobody wants Brock. What? Get out of here with that nonsense. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh my god. Allergy. Oh. My bad.
Whoa!
My bad.
I got blinded for a second.
Habit. My bad, baby boy. My bad, baby Billy. Love you, Mr. Good night. No, sir. Your brother's very mad. Si, senor. All right, so now that we're done cleaning the house, we have a freshly tuned US car. So what are we going up against? We're going up against some pretty basic stuff. We got a Mark 1 in here, though. And a Camaro S. Let's get something a little fast. We know this track really well. Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's do something we've never driven before. How about that? Let's sort it by distance driven. Go all the way down to the bottom. What do we have? We have all of our zeros right here. Let's take this one. I think that'll be good. That'll be a lot of power, but not uncontrollable. Also be a good quick car in the straights around Laguna Seca. I think we picked a good one. Oh, that's a pretty car. Come on, Corvette. It's not that fast. It's not slow. Doesn't want to brake very well either. But it does want to kill me. Get a little bit of traction control in here. It's not like the turn. All right, let's go. Alright, we're not going to use this car. It's a little slow. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's pick a better car. I was just trying to be fun. Let's go back up to performance points and let's just wreck these guys. This Corvette. This thing is ridiculous. Thank you, sir. garbage. Oh, what's up?
Blake's here. Where's the Bob?
Goes in the trash.
Where's the Bob?
It's over on the wall. Bro. Okay. Wow.
Hey! Hey! What is up? Hello? Can you keep her out there?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that's what she was gonna do.
Letting Wanda in. Come here. Come here. Wanda. Come here. Lay down. Go. Wanda, stay. Wanda, hush.